Hey class, the second lesson for Unit 2 is going to be an introduction to ratios. So the first thing I want to talk about with ratios is that sometimes we can write ratios as a fraction. And a fraction, if you write it as a fraction, it always shows a part to whole relationship. So that's one thing to remember. If you write a ratio as a fraction, it'll always show part to whole. So we never use a fraction to show a part to part relationship. And that'll make more sense once we look at some examples. A ratio sometimes shows a part to part and sometimes shows part to whole. So we can use a ratio to describe both. So here's an example of what a ratio looks like. We can write the ratio of 1 car laps to 2 car laps in 3 different ways. So here's car 1 laps and here's car 2 laps in the table here. Car 1 is on lap 1, car 2 is on lap 4. When car 1 is on lap 2, car 2 is on lap 8. And then when car 1 gets to lap 3, car 2 is on lap 12. So basically, car 2 does 4 laps for every 1 lap that car 1 does. So the ratio is 1 to 4. It can be written all 3 ways here. 1 to 4, 1 to 4 with semicolon, or 1 to 4 as a fraction. So for every 1 lap, for every 1 lap car 1 does, car 2 does 4 laps. That's what that means. Here's a couple more examples. There are 12 girls in the class of 26 students. What is the ratio of girls to total students? So this is part to whole relationship because we're talking about girls to the total number, so part to the whole thing. So the ratio would be 12 to 26. Or it can be written as 12 to 26. And since it's a part to whole relationship, we can write it as a fraction as well. So 12 over 26. If you write it in the fraction, then you see that it can be reduced as a ratio because since they're both divisible here by 2, you can reduce this ratio to say 6 over 13 as well. They would be equivalent ratios. If there are 12 girls in the class of 26, what is the ratio of girls to boys? So since it's girls to boys, this is part to part relationship because girls are part of the class and boys are part of the class, and the whole is all of the students. So if there are 26 students and 12 of them are girls, 26 minus 12 means that there are 14 boys. So 12 girls and 14 boys, the ratio of girls to boys in the class would be 12 to 14, or 12 semicolon 14. For every 12 girls, there's 14 boys. Or if you were to reduce that, it would be 6 to 7. For every 6 girls, there's 7 boys. So this is the reduced version, which is equivalent as well. Okay, so cards. We have hearts. These are hearts, if I refer to it. These ones are diamonds. And what you see, like the one that looks like this, those are called clubs. And then also, I don't know if I have any in this example, but we have like an upside down heart shaped on cards, and those are called spades. So if I refer to cards and ask about those are the shapes that you're looking for. What is the ratio of cards with hearts to cards with diamonds? There's 2 cards with hearts to 1 with diamonds, so it's 2 to 1 ratio. How about ratio of diamonds to cards, ratio of cards with diamonds to cards with clubs? There's 1 diamond to 2 clubs, so 1 to 2. The ratio of hearts to cards with clubs, 2 hearts, 2 clubs, so 2 to 2, or 1 to 1, since that can be reduced. 2 to 2. For every one heart, there's one club. One heart, there's one club. Hearts to all cards. So there's 2 hearts and there are 5 total cards. You can write that one as a fraction because it's part to whole relationship. 2 hearts total 5. And then spades to all cards. There are no spades in this. So there are 0 spades to 5 total cards. All right. That's it for ratios. So just a quick introductory lesson to ratios. We will practice and talk more about these in class.